Good morning, everyone. I'm speaking on behalf of the International Pollutants Elimination Network, also known as Ipen. There are many serious problems in Samsung factories. In 2017, public interest colleagues called CGFED in Vietnam and Ipen investigated Samsung's factories in Vietnam. In Vietnam, 80% of the workers are women, and most of them are in their 20s. Since Samsung is the largest electronics company in Vietnam, we thought that interviewing workers at Samsung Vietnam would provide information about the experience of women working in the electronics industry. All 45 female workers at Samsung Vietnam we interviewed reported feeling dizzy or fainting at work. Miscarriage was reported as being common if they were young. Unfortunately, Samsung did not use this report to strengthen environmental management at the company. Samsung had 3 responses to our report. First, they threatened their own employees with lawsuits and firing if they talked to anyone outside the company about the conditions of their factories. Second, they threatened lawsuits against us for merely reporting what their workers told us about their own factories. And third, they launched a vicious press attack against us in the Vietnamese media. Samsung denied what their own workers said about their factories in Vietnam. However, recently, a former manager of environmental health and safety at Samsung Vietnam stepped forward as a whistleblower. As reported by Newstapa, the whistleblower described widespread safety and environmental violations at Samsung Vietnam. The information revealed by the whistleblower about chemical use at the factories corresponded and was consistent with the health effects reported by their workers. It is time for Samsung to take a different approach to the problems in its factories. There are many things the company should do in response to the methanol poisoning at HS Tech, and I am going to name one of them. It is time for Samsung to ban the use of methanol in all of its factories and suppliers worldwide. The company has a long list of toxic chemicals it uses in its factories, but only 2 are completely banned. It is now time for methanol to join that list of banned chemicals. Not one more person should be poisoned by methanol in any Samsung factory or supplier worldwide. Nice words from the company will not be sufficient to address this tragedy. It is time for Samsung to ban methanol in all of its factories and suppliers and ensure that this kind of tragedy never happens again. Thank you very much for listening.